What's up, guys? This is Matt Easton. I wanted to take you inside of the production of one of my songs, Lighthouse, off my new album, Remedy. So let's check it out. That can hold you in your skin when you can't breathe anywhere. I'll be your air, your air. So these are the chords that I started with. This production on this beat was very simple. It's not very complex. There's not even too many layers, and I kind of like simplicity. So after I had the piano chords, I started to add in like these little synth notes just to kind of complement it, add some kind of like spacey element, something kind of bubbly. What really got me going with Lighthouse and kind of started the whole song was when I started to add some background vocals, kind of use them as instruments, as layers. It's very soft in the background. This is the first layer. So here's it by itself. And I remember I just recorded into my iPhone, so this was not even onto a microphone. And I like to do that sometimes whenever I start making a beat or I'm kind of in a production mode. I feel like I'm half conscious. I'm kind of in a zone where I don't want to take the time to hook up a microphone and type in, you know, set up the lines or whatever the fuck, because I just want everything to flow, and also because I'm not a professional when it comes to production and like I half know what I'm doing. So I don't want to take the time to stop and set up a mic and maybe go stand at a mic. So I like everything. I like to just kind of keep going in this flow and kind of keep a trance going. So a lot of the time for background vocals, I'll just pick up my phone real quick, do it, airdrop it to the computer, throw it in there. So these vocals in the background airdropped off the iPhone. So I had the first layer, and then I added a harmony. Very spacey. So with the piano, very simple, but still kind of takes you to that celestial feeling. And then I added bass. I don't know if you can hear on this camera. So this is what kind of started the trance, and then I remember I wanted to throw in a steady kick. I was just feeling, all right, I'm gonna give this a go. Immediately I felt like it was putting me in a trance, and so I wanted a steady kick. I don't think this kick stops at all the entire song, and I wanted that. I didn't want any stops or breaks or pauses or drops. It's kind of just a continuous trance, and that was the purpose of the instrumental. So lost in a sea of emotion. Come to me if y'all think about coasting. Meet way too many ghosts in. Oh, and by the way, all these sounds, these are all stock Logic sounds. For this song, I didn't use any VSTs. I don't think I had access to any VSTs when I was making this, because I was on a couch and on my computer. So I think I was just using Logic stock sounds and then maybe throwing in like echoes and stuff. So then this is the signature for the chorus. So I'll play it with the piano. And I love this. I love that. The pop in, it kind of makes you move a little bit. Okay, so that was the hook. So then plus the other stuff that I already showed you and the kicks. Love that. that. So now we get into the second verse, and I didn't want to change too much, but I needed something to change because things will get boring if you don't add anything, and I always like to add little stuff as the song goes on. So kind of gradually, just at least changes, maybe gets a little bigger. And so what I add for the second verse is just so funny looking at the session because these are just stock ass sounds. So I have this. It's very quiet. I found another sound that was also plastic nylon guitar is what it's called on Logic. But I layered it on the other, so at least together. Giving the rest of that instrumental just something different. Okay, so then there's these other sounds that I added that come in the chorus, and then they're also in the second verse kind of throughout the rest of the song. It was just a one-shot sound. I think I got it from Splice or something. And I love that. And so I didn't want to use it too much. So it's just in there. So like, and it kind of brings it causes this, it's like a polling effect. Some random pads. Just to add the spaciness in the background. Very subtle, nothing too in your face. And then I added a reverse crash. So then in the second verse, when it's the, all right then, we don't got time for jealousy, throw that overboard. I'll play the kick so you can kind of hear the. In the last hook, on top of that signature synth that I really like, I wanted to just kind of add a layer on top of it. So if you can hear that. So that on top of the other main synth. It's funny because I'm like also trying to, like, as I'm making this video, I'm trying to figure out what the hell I was doing. Because when I go into this production mode and I go into these songs, I am just not conscious. I don't know, I'm just in another world, very spacey, kind of tuned out of reality. And these sessions are so unorganized, so I always have so much trouble dealing with engineers and giving them stems and stuff, because I just throw in shit. And it's usually like I'll go into like a 5-hour trance, and I keep it playing, and I add little pieces at a time, and if eyes are closed, I might say, I'm probably getting up and moving, but it's this trance where I'm just throwing in sounds, and it's just chaotic, and I'm so unorganized, and I kind of like that. I know a lot of producers really hate that, and they hate being unorganized. They like naming each track. So when you make a track, you're supposed to name it, what it is, kick, snare, whatever. All my shit just says untitled, 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 and I just kind of throw in sounds without thinking or pausing or hesitating, because to me that kind of throws off that trance that I'm trying to create. And so any kind of break or any time I try to get organized, it kind of brings me back to reality. And so I don't like that. I don't know. I kind of just like throwing in a bunch of crap. It's like I'm trying to imitate the feeling that I have. And so I don't want anything to kind of take me away from that. So as I'm looking at these sessions, there's just sounds everywhere, and I'm trying to figure out what I was doing. So like, okay, so it looks like I threw in a pad here. One by one, I'll bring everything in, one after another. Piano. Little synth thing in the background. Just like an echoey, add a little texture. Background vocals. Bass, if you can hear, it's really loud, but I don't know if it'll come out. Went into the kick. Again, those little harp things in the background. Shot sound, love that. Yep. Then we got the really brings your chest. It's like chest and hips. Yeah, clap. I forgot I threw it. And there's that main synth. Lost in a sea of emotion. Come to me if y'all think about coasting. When you meet way too many ghosts in. Can't believe all the shit they floating. Light beam to the best about you. Let's seize and assist in the attitude. No need to get lower than a tissue on a bathroom floor with some coke residue. So yeah, that's Lighthouse. Very simple. I think simplicity sometimes is best. So I made the instrumental first, and then kind of as I was making the instrumental, I started humming different melodies. I remember the "Don't you just wanna be loved you?" I think that was the first melody that came real quick. Don't you just wanna be loved you? Just wanna be rubbed you? Just wanna be held for a little. That was the first melody, but it didn't seem strong enough to make it a hook. And then I think shortly after came the "When you need someone to care, that can hold you in your scared." That came after. And then I got these two melodies down, and I just felt like it needed some rapping, it needed some bars. It just seemed fun. This just seemed like a fun song. I didn't overanalyze it at all. I kept it very simple. The whole process kind of just flowed easily. Sometimes I like to not overthink it. There's songs that I like to overthink. This one was one that I just didn't want to overthink. I wanted to keep it easy. That was behind the production of Lighthouse. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys like the song. Peace. But when you need